Rosie O'Donnell publicly criticized Jeff Bezos and Lauren Sánchez following their $50 million wedding in Venice. The comments were made through a 440-word poem posted to O'Donnell's Substack, where she referred to Sánchez as a fake fembot wife and described the entire wedding event as gross excess. O'Donnell's post quickly spread across social media platforms and was picked up by major entertainment news outlets. The rant was directed at both the wedding and the guests, with specific mention of Oprah Winfrey's attendance. The poem included direct attacks, calling Sánchez plastic and questioning Bezos' decision to choose her as a life partner over his ex-wife, philanthropist Mackenzie Scott. O'Donnell wrote, "Why Lauren Sánchez? Fake fembot wife," and went on to express disbelief at the nature of the event. She described the wedding as a celebration devoid of humility or social awareness, implying that the wealth and extravagance displayed were out of touch with current global issues. If you're new here, make sure to like and subscribe. We bring you the latest updates around celebrities. Rosie O'Donnell also took aim at Oprah Winfrey for attending the event. She questioned how Winfrey, someone known for philanthropy and messaging around empowerment, could participate in such an affair. In the poem, O'Donnell asked, "Why Oprah? Why?" and followed up with commentary accusing Bezos of worker mistreatment, stating that he is not a nice man, and that he mistreats people who work for him. O'Donnell did not mince words when describing her personal reaction to the coverage of the wedding. She stated that the photos and stories coming from the Venice ceremony made her physically sick, and that the event turned her stomach. She wrote that the level of extravagance on display was not only tone-deaf, but actively disrespectful to those struggling in the current economic climate. The wedding between Jeff Bezos and Lauren Sánchez took place over 3 days in Venice, Italy, with an estimated cost exceeding $50 million. It included a welcome event, a formal ceremony at Teatro La Fenice, and a lavish reception. The guest list included celebrities, business executives, and public figures such as Oprah Winfrey, Barbra Streisand, Bill Gates, and Diane von Furstenberg. Media coverage of the event highlighted custom fashion, elaborate decorations, and luxury transportation by gondola and private boats. Lauren Sánchez wore a custom Dolce & Gabbana gown for the ceremony, which took approximately 900 hours to complete. The lace gown, which was also featured on the cover of Vogue, included 28 meters of silk organza and 17 meters of lace. Sánchez stated in her Vogue interview that she wanted to appear covered up, but still maintain elegance and strength in her appearance. The style of the dress was inspired by classic Italian cinema, particularly the look of Sophia Loren in the 1958 film Houseboat. O'Donnell's poem used strong language to portray the wedding as out of touch, even mocking Sánchez's appearance and demeanor. She expressed disdain for the glamorization of extreme wealth, suggesting the event represented the worst aspects of celebrity culture. In the piece, she accused those in attendance of supporting a system of privilege and hypocrisy, referencing the gluttony of billionaires and the illusion of connection projected by social media posts. The backlash to O'Donnell's post was swift. Her Substack entry was shared widely across Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook, with many users both supporting and criticizing her stance. Some praised her for speaking out against what they viewed as excessive and performative behavior by the ultra-wealthy. Others pushed back, saying the post crossed a line by targeting individuals on a personal level during what was meant to be a celebratory occasion. O'Donnell has a history of voicing strong opinions on political and social topics, including criticism of Donald Trump, media figures, and billionaires. Her latest poem followed that pattern, combining humor, sarcasm, and blunt statements to convey disapproval. She ended the post with a note expressing personal discomfort, writing that the entire display left her sad and stunned. Lauren Sánchez has not publicly responded to the remarks. Jeff Bezos also has made no statement. Oprah Winfrey has remained silent as well. Media outlets noted that none of the parties targeted in O'Donnell's piece addressed the post in any form, either directly or indirectly. Social media accounts linked to Sánchez and Bezos remained active, but comments about the poem appeared in replies and mentions across all platforms. The wedding continued to dominate entertainment headlines in the days that followed. Coverage focused on both the visual aspects of the ceremony and the growing number of celebrity reactions. Alongside O'Donnell's post, Katie Couric's Instagram comment calling Sánchez's dress tacky was also trending. The two separate but similarly negative responses became part of a broader conversation about the cultural significance of the wedding and whether it reflected a tone-deaf display of wealth and fame. Several media outlets provided breakdowns of O'Donnell's Substack post, analyzing the phrasing and the motivations behind the timing. The 440-word poem was described as a deliberate takedown of both the wedding and the broader culture surrounding billionaires and celebrity influence. Entertainment publications such as Entertainment Weekly and The Daily Beast highlighted key lines, including references to Sánchez's appearance and repeated criticisms of those who attended the event. The tone of the poem was consistent with O'Donnell's known style: direct, unapologetic, and intentionally provocative. In addition to Sánchez and Oprah Winfrey, the poem included indirect references to the entertainment industry's relationship with wealth. O'Donnell wrote about the contradiction between public statements made by celebrities about social issues and their private decisions to engage with individuals like Bezos, whom she described as harmful to the working class. The post argued that billionaires cannot coexist with equitable societies and labeled the Bezos wedding as the embodiment of celebrity detachment from real-world issues. Critics of O'Donnell's poem called it overly personal and unnecessarily harsh, particularly for attacking Lauren Sánchez's physical appearance. Several commentators suggested that disagreements with wealth inequality could be expressed without targeting individuals on their wedding day. Others accused O'Donnell of using the moment to attract attention to her Substack platform, which she uses to share personal writings, updates, and opinions with subscribers. Supporters of O'Donnell argued that her message was valid, even if her tone was severe. They pointed to her long-standing advocacy on behalf of underpaid workers and her history of calling out billionaires, particularly those in tech and media. The poem's popularity led to discussions about free speech, celebrity accountability, and the role of social media in elevating critical commentary. Following the viral response, excerpts from O'Donnell's poem were republished by dozens of websites, often accompanied by images from the Venice wedding. The contrast between the luxurious visuals and the harsh wording of the poem was emphasized across headlines. While Jeff Bezos and Lauren Sánchez did not respond publicly, the online reaction continued for several days, with hashtags such as Nagar Rosie O'Donnell and Jeff Bezos wedding trending across multiple platforms. The Bezos-Sánchez wedding was already under scrutiny before O'Donnell's post due to its scale, location, and exclusivity. Reports indicated that the couple booked out major areas of Venice for multiple days and arranged for guests to stay at high-end resorts and palazzos. Local sources described the level of security and logistics as comparable to international diplomatic events. The wedding was managed with a strict guest list, with only hand-selected celebrities, political figures, and personal friends allowed access to the inner events. Coverage of the wedding included photos of gondolas transporting guests in formal attire, candlelit banquets in historical locations, and custom decor matching an Italian Renaissance theme. Lauren Sánchez's dress, created by Dolce & Gabbana, was considered the centerpiece of the visual presentation. Vogue's exclusive feature on the wedding provided high-resolution images and quotes from Sánchez describing her inspiration and vision for the event. She emphasized that the wedding was meant to reflect timeless beauty, personal romance, and Italian elegance. The dress itself became a separate topic of online conversation even before O'Donnell's post, particularly after Katie Couric's critical Instagram comment. Couric had called the dress tacky and made a reference to the 1980s, questioning the return of ostentatious fashion. The convergence of criticism from two prominent media figures, Couric and O'Donnell, amplified public focus on Sánchez's choices and reignited conversations around wealth, class, and image. O'Donnell's poem, however, differed from Couric's comment in both tone and intent. While Couric's remark focused on fashion, O'Donnell's post was structured as a broader social and moral critique. She framed the wedding as a symptom of larger societal issues, including income inequality, celebrity hypocrisy, and the glamorization of billionaires. Her statements drew attention to the perceived disconnect between public admiration for wealth and the real-life consequences of corporate power. Multiple media outlets reached out to O'Donnell's representatives for comment, but no additional statements were released. The Substack post remained online and publicly accessible. Readers responded in the comments section with a mix of agreement, criticism, and discussion around the effectiveness of poetry as a medium for protest. Some commenters praised O'Donnell's willingness to speak bluntly. Others questioned the ethics of posting such a message during someone's personal life event. Sánchez, who has worked as a television personality, pilot, and media producer, has remained mostly private about criticism in the past. Her relationship with Jeff Bezos has been the subject of ongoing public attention since 2019, when their relationship was made public. The couple became engaged in 2023 and have appeared together at multiple high-profile events, including the Cannes Film Festival, Miami Art Basel, and space industry conferences. Sánchez has also participated in philanthropic initiatives alongside Bezos, particularly those related to climate change and education. Oprah Winfrey, one of the key names mentioned in O'Donnell's poem, has not responded to the criticism. Her presence at the wedding drew attention due to her public image as a humanitarian and advocate for social causes. O'Donnell's challenge to Oprah's attendance was framed as a contradiction between Oprah's past statements about social justice and her personal associations with billionaires. The line, "Why Oprah? Why?" quickly circulated as a meme and was used in headlines to summarize the post's overall tone. As of now, no celebrity guests from the wedding have publicly responded to the poem or addressed the backlash. Most media coverage has remained focused on the core individuals involved: O'Donnell, Sánchez, Bezos, and Oprah. Entertainment reporters have speculated that the lack of direct response may be part of a strategy to prevent further escalation.